computer. Perfect. Can you see my messy desktop?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, good. So here we go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Slideshow, play from the start. So thank you very much again. Welcome to Utah Street Span School Virtual Coffee with the Principal. I hope you got your little ice mocha or any other drink that you may have. Enjoy it. It's in the afternoon already. So here's mine. It says, I'm a school principal. What's your superpower? So we are going to go ahead and get started. My name is Leonel Angulo. For those of you that don't know me, I am the principal of Utah, very proud principal of Utah Street Span School. So yo soy el director Angulo, soy el director de la escuela Utah. Estoy muy orgulloso de ser parte de esta comunidad y trabajar con Boyle Heights en la ciudad de Boyle Heights, en la ciudad de Los Ángeles. So, este momento vamos a hacer unas introducciones a las 3 personas que están conmigo. So, primero hay 2 personas que van a ser miembros del nuevo equipo. There's going to be 2 people that are part of our new team here at Utah. There's actually about 5 people who will be part of the team. It'll be our assistant principal, Ms. Starlet Mitchell-Ford, our coordinator, Ms. Elvia Hernandez, our wonderful counselor, Ms. Flores, and we have 2 instructional coaches that will also be with us, for Ms. Galvez and also Mr. Canales. So vamos a tener miembros en el equipo de la subdirectora, la coordinadora, 2 maestras de capacitación, 2 maestros de capacitación y nuestra consejera. So en este momento le voy a dar un minuto a Ms. Hernandez y a Ms. Mitchell-Ford para que se introduzcan. So I will let them go ahead and introduce themselves.
Good evening, Utah Dolphins. Woo woo. I am so happy to be a part of your staff. I'm bringing a wealth of knowledge and experience to this job. I'm here to help our fearless leader, Mr. Angulo. My main responsibility will be to oversee our special education programs here at our school. I will be there Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. If I'm not in a meeting, my door is open for any questions, concerns, or if you just want to drop by and say hello. Thank you for the opportunity, and I love Utah. Let me just add this too. I'm probably not new to some of you. You probably didn't know my name, but you saw my face because I was a part of the Boyle Heights Community of Schools team last year. So again, I'm so excited. Utah's already a part of me, and I'm thankful for you allowing me to be here.
So, lo que acaba de decir la subdirectora es que ella tiene mucha experiencia trabajando en las escuelas. Ha trabajado en una escuela preparatoria, intermedia y también en una escuela primaria. Ella ha trabajado con, es la subdirectora y específicamente está sobre los recursos especiales, es educación especial en la escuela, pero quizás la hayan visto anteriormente en nuestra escuela porque estaba apoyando a nuestra comunidad de escuela de Boyle Heights. So está muy contenta de estar con nosotros y ser parte de nuestra comunidad. Ms. Hernandez, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, and there was a comment that the interpreter couldn't be seen on the screen, so I don't know if you can attend to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just sent you that same message.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Elvia Hernandez. I am the new TSP coordinator at Utah. I'm very excited to be part of this team, part of your community. I've lived in Los Angeles most of my life. I've been teaching over 25 years. I've been a coordinator for, this will be my 3rd year. I have 4 daughters, so I understand what it is to work, to be a mom, and to try and do all of this Zooming and tending to all the other things you have to do. I will set up office hours. I'm going to get them approved by Mr. Angulo, and then I will share them with you. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Elvia Hernández. Soy la nueva coordinadora en la escuela Utah. Estoy muy contenta de ser parte de esta comunidad, tanto de la escuela como de la comunidad de Boyle Heights. Tengo 25 años de maestra y 3 años como coordinadora. Tengo 4 hijas, so entiendo lo que están pasando las familias, de atender familia, hacer las juntas o las clases de Zoom. So, estamos aquí para apoyarlos y cuando necesiten, voy a poner toda mi información en el website de la escuela para que puedan comunicarse. Gracias.
Thank you. And then our other member who is here to support our families is our interpreter, Mr. Randy Salazar. So welcome, Mr. Randy. I don't know if you'd like to say anything.
Hello, hi everybody. Looking forward to seeing you soon,
Thank
and
you.
looking forward to a good school year.
Thank you, Randy. So we'll go ahead and continue. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was really looking at how we're moving forward this year. I know that there's definitely still the pandemic. We still trying to figure out what's happening in terms of how we're supporting families, how we're supporting students, how we're moving forward. There were a lot of questions about whether or not we were coming back or not. And so finally we did decide that we were coming back virtually. And so with that said, we're wondering how we're going to really support our students. So I got to listen, and so did Ms. Mitchell Ford. We got to listen to Cornell West, I believe, on Wednesday, talk about the importance of obviously moving forward. So one of the things that I enjoyed that he said was, don't be overwhelmed by it, or don't be overwhelmed by the catastrophe or the pandemic. Be fortified to walk through it. So make sure that, of course, as we know, we have a lot of things to contend with, but we need to make sure that we move forward and we support our families, because empathy is not just simply a matter of trying to imagine what others are going through, but having the will to muster enough courage to do something about it. So now we know that we're here. What are we going to do about it? How do we move forward? So ahora en este tiempo quiero hablar sobre, ayer tuvimos la oportunidad de tener al presentador Cornell West, que es un doctor que habla sobre el sistema racial en nuestras escuelas, en nuestra comunidad, en nuestro país. Y algo de lo que conmigo resonó fue que está bien que nos podemos sentir un poco estresados y podemos estar un poco confusos, pero que no hay que tratar de estar solamente en ese sistema, pero tratar de saber eso, cómo nos movemos hacia enfrente, cómo nos podemos empezar a tratar de tomar lo que estamos aprendiendo y seguir adelante. So, because at the end of the day, the people who need us are our students. So what are we going to do to ensure that our students are receiving the supports that they need? ¿Qué son las cosas que vamos a hacer nosotros? Porque nosotros tenemos que apoyar a nuestras familias y a nuestros estudiantes, que es lo más importante para nosotros como escuela, como comunidad, porque al final del día estos niños van a seguir yendo al siguiente nivel. Y queremos asegurar que ellos estén listos para tener una carrera cuando se salgan de la high school o ir al colegio. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that our students are prepared to be able to go to college or to have a career of their choice. And since next year, they're going to be going to the next grade level, then we want to make sure that that is happening. Especially if you have kinder or first grade, you cannot have a kinder or first grade leave first grade not being able to read, and then all of a sudden expect the third grade teacher to start teaching first grade material. We need to continue to build upon what we have and move forward in terms of ensuring our students get what they need. So just to clarify something, some people still are somewhat confused. They think that the children were going to continue in the grade level that they were. So if your child was a third grader last year, they are now fourth graders, FYI. So cuando nos fuimos en marzo, hay gente que todavía piensa que los niños están en el mismo nivel del año pasado. No, si su hijo era un niño de tercero, ahora está en cuarto grado. Y el año que viene va a pasar a quinto. So we're going to continue moving. So we need to make sure that we are having our students prepared. So as we move forward, I want to let you know that the reason why I'm having a lot of principals are not having any meetings until next week, but I want to let you know that I'm having this meeting with you because I'm trying to prepare you for the first day of school. And the first day of school, all students are going to have to log into Schoology. Schoology is our platform. In order to get that done, you need to make sure your child has an email account and that you know their password. And if you don't know their password, then you have to do this first part, which is really setting up their PIN. And then after they set up their PIN, then they can log on to Schoology, which is lms.lausd.net. So, el primer día de escuela va a ser el 18 de agosto. En ese día los niños tienen que meterse a la plataforma de Schoology. Para meterse a la plataforma de Schoology, el niño ocupa su correo electrónico y ocupa su contraseña. Si no tiene la contraseña ni el correo electrónico, entonces tiene que ir a esta página que está aquí en el enlace azul. Después de que agarra su contraseña, entonces se puede meter a Schoology. So, el niño ocupa su correo electrónico y la contraseña para meterse a esta página. Todo lo que va a pasar en la escuela va a ser por Schoology. La asistencia va a ser tomada por Schoology. El niño tiene que estar presente todos los días. So, eso del año pasado que muchos niños no estaban viniendo a la escuela, eso ya no va a pasar. Hay una ley estatal que dice que todos los niños tienen que estar en la escuela y tienen que presentarse a una instrucción con el maestro en vivo. So all students need to be in class and there will be attendance taken and they need to have live instruction. The live instruction might be on Zoom, but the Zoom link is going to be on Schoology. All of the work is going to be on Schoology. People may connect Google Classroom to Schoology, which works, but you need to submit the work into both and it will be graded. So grades will also be reflective of this year. So los niños tienen que entrar a la página de Schoology para Zoom y también para entregar todo su trabajo. So Class Dojo may still be used as a communication device, just like I use it when I asked you to please join me in the meeting, but it will not be used to submit work anymore. It'll be used through Schoology. So, lo que estoy diciendo es que el Class Dojo se puede mandar mensaje, pero ya no va a ser donde usted va a entregar el trabajo. Usted tiene que entregar el trabajo por Schoology, excuse me. And at the same time, that's where attendance and the Zoom links will be taken. So hopefully that's clear. The other thing is there's all of these resources that I will be uploading onto our new website. It's not ready yet. We did hire somebody who will be helping us with our website and our technology, but they will come to our school the first week of school when we start. So all these pages will be here. And I'm gonna just go ahead and click on this one video to show you what I'm talking about in terms of pins and emails. So son unas páginas que están aquí que nos van a ayudar en términos de entender cómo es que trabaja Schoology, cómo es que se puede meter en su correo electrónico o su contraseña. Ahorita voy a hacerle clic al video del inglés, pero quiero asegurarme que usted sepa que todo esto va a estar en línea en la página que vamos a tener de la escuela. So, este es el video en inglés. La primera parte, lo que les quiero decir es que yo le puedo ayudar, Chrissy le puede ayudar, Nick le puede ayudar, Ms. Hernández, Ms. Metro Ford le pueden ayudar con la primera parte, pero usted me tiene que llamar para asegurarse que usted sepa el correo electrónico y que yo le pueda hacer la contraseña. So the first part of this video is how to create a password for Schoology. If you call me this week, I will do it for you. We will do it for you at Utah. So you don't even need to do that first part. We will give you the email and the password, but you need to call me. So in order to make that happen, because on the first day of school, I don't want all these people calling me, I don't know the password, I don't know the password. No, the first day of school, we're taking attendance. So if your child isn't present, then they're going to be marked absent. So please make sure that you call tomorrow between the hours of 9 and 3 and set up the password and the email. If they already had an email or a password, then it still works. We don't need to do anything to that. So it should still work. So we should be good. So this first part
Greetings, everyone.
is the video.
This video will show you how to help your child activate his or her Schoology account. You will need 3 pieces of information to do so. 1, your student's district ID, 2, your student's birthday, and 3, your student's PIN. For first-time activation and for password reset, first go to https://mylogin.lausd.net/student/. Second, you will be led to this page. Select Activate Your Account or Reset Your Password. Third, you will be provided the LAUSD Acceptable Use Policy. Please have your child read it carefully. Fourth, scroll to the bottom. After your child has read the policy, or you have read it with your child, please have your child select, I agree to the terms and conditions of the LAUSD acceptable use policy, and then click on accept. Fifth, your child will need to enter 3 pieces of information. Please assist your child to make sure that they type in the information carefully and correctly. Your child will need to enter their district ID. Their district ID can be found on their LAUSD report card. For elementary students, their district ID is found on the top left-hand side. For middle and high school students, it is found on the top right-hand side. For their birth date, make sure it is entered using the format as shown on the screen. Month /day/ and complete birth year with 4 digits. If your child's birth month or birth day are a single digit, you will need to add a leading 0. For example, if the birth month is April, you would enter 04. Please remember to add the / between the month, the day, and the entire birth year when the birth date is entered. When this is completed, please select next. 6, your child will need to create a password that meets the following requirements. The password must be between 8 and 20 characters. It cannot be your child's email address. It must contain both letters and numbers. The password cannot have more than 3 of the same character in a row. For example, A could not be used in a password. Commonly used passwords such as ABCD 1 2 3 4 or password 1 will not be accepted. Once your child has selected a password that meets these guidelines, they are to enter it where it states new password and re-enter it where it reads re-enter new password, and then select submit. Have your child write their password in a secure place. They will need their password later on when they're ready to log into Schoology. Success. Your child has now activated his or her Schoology account. Please allow up to 15 minutes for your child's new password to be active. After your child has, greetings everyone. This video.
So all of that, I will do for you. Just call the school. Todo eso que está pasando ahorita, yo le puedo ayudar y ocupa usted la contraseña. So, esa es la parte que le estoy diciendo que si me llama, yo le ayudo.
I'll show you how
So
to help.
let me just fast forward to where I think we were.
Success.
There we go.
Your child has now activated his or her Schoology account. Please allow up to 15 minutes for your child's new password to be active. After your child has activated his or her Schoology account, he or she can log into Schoology and sign in at lms.lausd.net.
So ese es el enlace donde se
Remember,
tiene que meter
they are to
para
go
entrar a
to
Schoology.
lms.lausd.net after their account has been activated. Next, we will discuss the steps to do so. 1,
Primero
your
tienen
child
que ir
will
al
go to
enlace.
lms.lausd.net to log into Schoology. 2, your
Tiene
child
que
will see a
hacer
page that
clic
looks like this.
en donde dice student.
He or she will need to select students.
Do you see how there's also a parent part? You can
Step
also do that
3,
too.
your child will need to enter their email, known as their MyMail, and their password
So
to
tienen que
sign
meter
in.
el correo electrónico
If
y
the
la
student is a
contraseña.
kindergarten to 2nd grade student, they may have received a QR code. They can use the camera on their device, hold the QR code to the camera, and then log in.
So si está en
We invite
kinder
you
a
to visit our
segundo,
local-
entonces ellos también pueden recibir códigos que se llaman QR y esos son los que ellos pueden ponerlo enfrente de la computadora en la cámara y entran. Si los niños tienen todavía ese código del verano, yo no pienso que vaya a servir. Tiene que ser un código nuevo porque es una clase nueva con un curso nuevo con maestro o maestra nueva. So that QR code may work over the summer, but it may not because it's a new course that your child will be in with a new teacher and a new grade. If you have any other questions or would like any other supports, you can visit the LDE's PACE unit, which is the parent unit. Este es otro enlace que usted puede repasar y usted puede visitar para que usted tenga apoyos. Este video está en esta página, por ejemplo, para que usted lo pueda referir. Are there any questions currently, Ms. Hernandez
Yes.
or Ms. Mitchell-Ford?
Yes, you do have a question, and it's pertaining to QR codes.
Mhm.
Will we be using QR codes for lower grades? If yes, do parents have to set email and PAW as mentioned in this webinar?
Yes, you do have to reset it right now because the QR codes are not ready, and they will not be ready until the children have been in a course, and that will not happen until next week. After they're in the course, yeah, then every time, let's say from September through December, then a QR code could be presented, and they don't need to know their password. They can just show the QR code. But for the first day of school, they should be able to log into Schoology. So en este momento los de kinder y segundo quizás quieran tener el código QR, pero esto va a pasar ya después de septiembre. Quizás pueda obtenernos en agosto, pero no le puedo prometer. Por eso le estoy diciendo que ocupamos definitivamente que tengan el correo electrónico y también su contraseña. Any other questions?
Yes, there's another question, and that question is, how and where can we get the QR codes?
You cannot get the QR codes until the children are enrolled in a course from a teacher. So the teacher will have to create the QR code, or maybe I will be able to get access to them, but I don't have them right now. Like I said, after probably the first few days of school, we will be able to generate them, and then the students will be able to use them throughout the school year. But the first week, I don't think we will have the QR codes.
Okay. The
Okay.
next question is, will the same email from last year work?
Yes. La pregunta fue si es el mismo correo electrónico del año pasado y la respuesta es sí. Este correo electrónico va a ser para el estudiante para toda su carrera en el distrito. So that's the same email for their whole LAUSD experience. Okay. So this is the domain that it'll take me to Schoology. So you'll see there. Their children will sign in where it says students. Los alumnos, esta es la página que es lms.lausd.net. Yo también tengo mi propia manera de entrar a Schoology, so I have my own account. Every teacher has an account. You as the parent also can have an account. It's not the same account as your child, but I recommend that you do create an account so you can monitor their grades. So it's really important to be able to do that, because I don't want you later on to be like, I can't believe my kid's getting a D. Why? I didn't know. You could have been looking the whole time. So usted puede tener acceso a las calificaciones y asignaciones de su niño teniendo su propia cuenta donde dice padres, parents. So I tried to go to the student one, but let me see if it'll take me to my employee one. So this you will see is what it looks like. For your student or your child, your child, obviously, you're gonna go to courses. That's where the course will be. That's where the class will be. That's where the Zoom link will be. Everything will be where it says courses. So todo va a estar en esta página donde dice cursos. Si yo voy aquí donde dice cursos, yo pertenezco a todos estos cursos. So I belong to all of these courses. These are all classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11 classes that I belong to. Once I click on it, then it should take me to all of the resources. Look at all of my work I have to do as an AP, my parent resources. I see who's a member of here, who are my classmates are on here. My Zoom link will be here. My Newsella, my benchmark, my Nearpod, my Amplify, everything is going to be on this page. Todo va a estar en este curso. So es importante que los niños tengan acceso a esto. También usted y el niño pueden mandarle correos electrónicos al maestro o a la maestra. So yo quiero mandarle un correo electrónico a Ms. Hernández. A ver, let me see. Hernández, let me see if she comes out. Ay, no, eso no, yo no lo conozco. I don't know you. So Hernández Okay, forget it. Apparently it's not working. But if you go on there, you'll be able to email your teacher or other classmates. So, and that's one way to also be connecting. If you don't know that your teacher's email, the child could go ahead and send them that message. So just FYI, that's kind of how it works. Up next, what's going to happen before the 18th? The 18th is the first day of school. El 18 es el primer día de escuela. El 17 los maestros tienen capacitación. El 18 también tienen I can't speak. They're getting a workshop, right? So on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is all teacher workshops. The 18th, students may have to log in and do work without the teacher. They may do asynchronous work. So teachers may already say, log into Schoology. I want you to go on Google Classrooms and answer these 3 questions about you, getting to know you. So that might be what they have to do. El 18 es el primer día de la escuela y quizás la maestra o el maestro va a tener una asignación en Schoology que los niños tienen que hacer. El 19 también es igual y el 20 es el primer día de instrucción en vivo. So the 20th is the first day of actual live instruction. So what needs to happen before the first day of school? You need to set up your email account. Primero tienen que asegurarse que tienen su correo electrónico y contraseña. You need to make sure you have a device, a computer, an iPad. Todos tienen que tener una computadora o un iPad. Ya no va a haber eso que, oh, nomás mi primo me lo va a prestar o mi hermana y yo vamos a tener una computadora. No. I want every child to have their own device. I hope that's clear. Every child needs to have their own device. Cada niño tiene que tener su propia computadora porque no va a poder haber esa excusa de que, ay, pues tengo 2 niños y la maestra quiere que se pongan en el Zoom al mismo tiempo y no se puede. No. That's why you need to make sure you have a computer. Also, you need to make sure that if your Wi-Fi is a little spotty, that you ask for a hotspot. You need to ask for the hotspot. Call me tomorrow between 9 to 3. I'll put you on a list, and I want to give the computers and the hotspots on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. So, si su internet quizás no sirve muy bien y usted quiere que le preste un dispositivo para Wi-Fi, por favor llámeme mañana entre las 9 y las 3 para ponerlo en la lista y poder dársela, porque eso de que no sirve el Wi-Fi, que sí sirve, como en marzo a junio hubo tantas cosas que pasó, que a Chuchita la bolsearon, que no sé qué pasó, so no vamos a poder hacer eso ya. So, tenemos que asegurar que todo esté funcionando porque si no, este niño no está presente, se va a marcar ausente. Y también la última cosa que le quiero decir es que también trate de meterse en su propio portal de padres para que pueda usted monitorear las calificaciones y asignaciones de su niño o niña. So I really encourage you to really set up your parent portal so you can start monitoring your child's assignments. Are they doing it? And are they submitting them? Because sometimes you see that they submit them and it's like at midnight. And I'm like, what are they still doing up at midnight or at 1 in the morning? I'm so confused because you can see everything on that Schoology page. So just wanted to know, this is before the first day of school. We want to make sure that we're successful. I don't want to continue like the last semester. It was like April, it was May, and I was still giving Wi-Fi hotspots and asking for computers. No, it needs to be done now. So if you are like, oh, the computer may not be working, ask for a computer now. We have them. So please make sure you do that. Any questions, Ms. Mitchell-Ford or Ms. Hernandez?
Yes. So the first question is that wants to be answered. Is Schoology only for attendance tracking purposes?
No, it's for submittal of actual work and actual connection to other courses and free online material. So, la pregunta es si Schoology es solamente para la asistencia. No, también es para acceder a los siguientes programas en la computadora y también para asegurarse que usted está metiendo el trabajo que se está dando y para dar la calificación. Grades will also be on Schoology.
Okay, so the next question they want to know is, when will we know who our child's teacher will be?
Excellent question. So you will be receiving a letter next week with your child's name and their email address and your child's teacher's name also. There's no need for a classroom because they won't be coming to school, so it'll just be the teacher's name and probably their contact information. So la pregunta fue, ¿cuándo es que van a saber quién es el maestro o maestra de su niño? La semana que entra va a recibir una carta diciendo específicamente quién es el maestro o maestra y quizás el correo electrónico de su hijo y también de la maestra. Moving on.
Several participants had their hands raised. I don't know if you're if you have everybody muted, or how would we handle those type of?
No, this isn't like a regular Zoom. So if you have your hand raised, please go ahead and put the question in the Q&A. Si usted tiene una pregunta y está levantando la mano, por favor ponga la pregunta donde dice Q y A, y ahí es donde se va a responder, porque no puedo mirar a nadie, solamente nosotros 4 estamos ahorita en la pantalla. So, donde está abajo, donde dice Q y A, ahí es donde tiene que poner su pregunta. So what to expect after that? So the 18th will probably be my next coffee with the principal meeting, as I will have more information. This meeting right now is based on information that I just got on Monday. So I'm trying to really inform you as much as I can to make sure that we are successful. So that's the next meeting with me on the 18th. The 19th, after teachers have planned and worked together, they will be having a meet the teacher meeting with you, which is a required meeting with you and your child to review the expectations, to show you the Schoology page, to show you how to log in, and to review any of those expectations. So, el 19, que viene siendo el miércoles, el maestro o la maestra va a tener una junta con usted que es mandatoria y usted tiene que estar ahí con su hijo para repasar las expectativas, también para repasar cómo meterse al Schoology y enseñarle cuáles son los materiales que están ahí. El 20, que es el jueves, es el primer día que va a haber instrucción en vivo. The 20th is the first day that they have to actually have live instruction. Now, the 18th and the 19th, they may still have to log in, but there will not be necessarily live instruction at that point. Okay?
Are you still taking questions at this point? Or we go
What do I have next?
later?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, well, let me continue with this and then
Sure.
we're going to go
Okay.
ahead and look at the handbook in a little bit and some of the schedules, but let me just finish the PowerPoint really quickly. So ahorita vamos a repasar el manual de padres que mandé ayer y luego también a responder a cualquier otra pregunta que tiene. So, upcoming, what's coming up? So the letter will be sent tomorrow. Actually, I'm going to put it in the mail, so you should get it next week. We are working on a new mural on our campus, so it'll be great. So hopefully you'll be able to see it on the outside of the auditorium. Please take care of it. We're also very excited about the Verizon One-to-One iPad program that's coming in September. So every child will receive a new iPad with built-in Verizon Wi-Fi. So you won't need a hotspot anymore. But that will be in September. August, you still need to log on to class. So please make sure you have a Chromebook to make sure that that's there. Then I will collect that and give you the iPad. Also, we have a lot of free online programs like IXL Math, ST Math, BrainPop, Newsella, Starfall. All of those are free resources that teachers are going to use during the asynchronous part, which means the part that they're not going to be teaching live with you, but they still have to assign certain work that needs to be done and graded. Also, please make sure that you remind people that we are still open for enrollment. So if you are looking for an awesome school with an awesome team of teachers and staff, please make sure you bring them our way. Especially if you know of any sixth graders, please make sure that you send them to us. And also, please remember to complete the census, as it's very important to be counted. So, algunas cosas. Mañana vamos a mandar la carta con el nombre del niño y el maestro. Estamos trabajando en un mural también en el auditorio que lo va a ver. Ojalá que me lo cuiden. En septiembre vamos a empezar el programa de Verizon, donde nos van a regalar, nos van a dar un iPad para cada niño con Wi-Fi de Verizon para poder llevarlo a la casa y traerlo a la escuela. Y eso va a continuar años después, no nada más ahorita. También hay programas educativos en la computadora que son gratis, que pueden usar con la maestra o también independientemente. Y luego también estamos matriculando niños ahorita. La escuela está abierta de 9 a 3 todos los días para matricular e inscribir niños. Y luego también, por favor, termine de terminar su censo, por favor, para que pueda ser contado. Please follow us on all of these social media platforms. I feel like a marketing agent sometimes. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Class Dojo, Remind. I'm giving you all this all over. So please make sure that you follow me somewhere so you're informed. So asegúrese de seguirme en las redes sociales. Estoy en Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Class Dojo, Remind. Y también esta es la página nueva de la escuela que es utahspanschool.net. It's not completely updated, but like I said, we hired somebody and they will be updating it soon. Also tomorrow, quick event. If you want a free backpack and free school supplies, crayons, pencils, all of that, please try to go to the drive-by event at the LA Care. It's at the USC parking lot off of Zonal in 90033. So between 9 and 12, they're going to give you a backpack, school supplies, and a box of free food. So I hope you take advantage of that. So mañana pueden ir con su carro, le van a dar una mochila, suministros generales para la escuela y luego una caja de comida si gustan pasar por ahí. Any questions before I go into the handbook that maybe we could address that will not be addressed in the handbook?
A lot of parents are waiting for schedules so I know you're going to address it in the handbook.
Let me go ahead and look at the schedule first. So this is basically the schedule that was agreed upon by the teachers union and the district. I thought earlier on, I thought it was a sample, but now I know that this is the official one that is actually going to happen. So al principio en la mañana yo pensé que esta era solamente un ejemplo de lo que podía pasar, pero este va a ser lo que se va a hacer solamente si hay una clase de negociación para cambiarlo. But just know, as of right now, at 6:45 p.m. on Thursday, this is what's supposed to happen, okay? So ETK, TK, and K, they have 180 minutes that need to be delivered a day of instruction. Monday will be 60 minutes, Tuesday through Friday, 90 minutes, for a total of 120 minutes asynchronous together. First through third grade, they're older, so they require 230 minutes, 90 on Monday and 110 Tuesday through Friday. And then 120 to 150 asynchronous minutes. Asynchronous means without the teacher. It's not live. Synchronous means live with the teacher. Fourth through fifth, they require 240, 90 on Monday, 120 on Tuesday through Friday. And then our school has 6 periods, and those students require 240 minutes, 90 on Monday, and 150 Tuesday through Friday. So let me show you an example. This is what kindergarten looks like. So for Monday, it looks a little different. Monday, there's a morning assembly, and then the teacher live will teach the whole class from 9:25 to 9:55. Then at 10 o'clock, she'll do a small group in ELA or math. Then there will be a break. Then there will be another small group. It doesn't have to be the same kids. It could be another group of kids from 11:40 to 11:10. Then there's lunch. And then there's a third group that could be done, which might have been part of the first group, and then ELD and grade level planning at the end of the day. That's for Monday. Tuesday kind of looks the same. As you can see, whole group, small group, break, small group, lunch, small group, ELD. Okay, that's kindergarten and preschool. Now let me say it in Spanish. First through third grade, de primero a tercero, son 230 minutos instruccionales al día, no a la semana, al día. So 90 el lunes y 110 todos los días, lunes a viernes. Y 120 minutos que son independientes todos los días. So si usted dice 110 minutos en vivo más 120 minutos que no es en vivo, en independiente, eso llega a los 230 minutos que el Estado ha dicho que tenemos que hacer. So if you add synchronous live teaching with asynchronous independent teaching, that should give you a total of 230 minutes that the state has set. Here is the schedule for a first through third grader. Same thing, ELA or math, break. ELA or math could be whole group or independent. See how it could be synchronous with the teacher or without the teacher. A third subject, art, science, social science, PE, all of that. Small group ELD support, and then independent planning. So all teachers you can see at the end of the day have an independent planning time or a professional development time. Tuesday through Friday will also looks basically similar. So está muy similar a lo que estaba antes. Están enseñando matemáticas o inglés en un grupo grande, un break a las 10, luego a las 10:15 otra vez otro grupo, quizás es matemáticas o quizás es escritura, esta es la lectura y esa es escritura. Luego a las 11:10 otra lección de música, arte o ciencias. Y luego está el lenguaje oral de ELD, que viene siendo inglés como segundo idioma. Y luego otro grupo pequeño y al final tiempo para planear y comunicar con ustedes. Fourth and fifth grade looks very similar. Let me just show you middle school. So middle school, we're a 6-period school. So 240 minutes total, 240 minutos en total. 90 minutos el lunes, 150 todos los días, martes a viernes. Y con la maestra o el maestro, independientemente y separado el mismo día, 90 a 150 minutos. Todo tiene que agregarse a 240. Everything has to sum up to 240 a day because we have instructional minutes that we're accountable for. So this will change Monday, Tuesday, maybe Monday and Wednesday. The students will meet for period 1 at 9, period 3 at 10, and period 5 at 11:10. Then they'll have a break, and then teachers have a planning outreach for office hours. So you get to talk to them during that time. This should be what their office hours are, and then PD. So you know how Tuesdays we get out early? Well, now it's going to be Mondays that will be the day that we do PE, professional development with teachers. Tuesdays looks like that. Again, maybe Tuesdays, now they meet period 2 from 9. Then they go to period 4 at 10:15. Then they do small group support during that time, lunch, another small group support at 12:30, and then period 6 at the end of the day. So this is the part that I'm saying could switch depending on negotiations and whether or not the teachers accept the actual tentative agreement. Esto depende si los maestros aceptan la unión de los maestros aceptan esta clase de how do you say, schedule, de horas. So that's what the schedule will look like. So all students have to log in at 9. School starts at 9, todos los días. School starts at 9. La escuela empieza a las 9 todos los días y parece ser que depende de qué grado esté, son los minutos que vayan a cambiar. So that's the schedule that I have as of right now. Okay. Should I just continue into the handbook really quickly before I take any questions? So this is the handbook. Ese es el manual de padres que mandé por internet ayer. By the way, special ed has the same requirements as general ed. Los estudiantes en el programa especial tienen los mismos requisitos que los estudiantes en el programa general también. Solamente que tienen que cambiar un poco, quizás tengan que hacer un poco más pequeño el horario y luego también tener los ayudantes para el grupo pequeño con los estudiantes. So the actual handbook has a welcome back message from the superintendent. So este es el superintendente, su mensaje, dándoles gracias por su apoyo y su paciencia. So it's just going over, looking at patience and support. Here is the school calendar. So you know which are the days that we have off. For example, the 18th is the first day of school. And here comes September. And we have Friday the 4th and the 7th. We have days off. So it's a 4-day weekend. So this is an example for you to know when the students are off and when they're off. When they're on and when they're off. Este es el calendario cuando los niños están en la clase y cuáles son los días festivos. Esta siguiente parte habla sobre si usted viene a la escuela, asegurarse que tiene un tapabocas, asegurarse que se mantenga a 6 pies de la persona que está al lado de usted, y si usted está enfermo, se siente mal, no venir a la escuela. So this is basically going, if you visit the school, please make sure that you wear a face mask and that you remain 6 feet away from each other. And if you're feeling sick, do not come to school. Student enrollment is on here. This is the website that people could actually submit enrollment, and I get an email along with Chrissy saying that there was an enrollment form submitted by a student or a parent. Esa es una manera que usted puede inscribir a los alumnos, es por esta página, por este enlace que está aquí, para no tener que venir directamente a la escuela. También esto es un ejemplo de lo que acabo de repasar. ¿Cuándo van a ser las clases? Entonces no voy a repasarlo otra vez. So this is just an example of schedules that are there. It's very similar to what I just went over. Technology, distribution of technology. Please make sure that every child has a device. Todos los alumnos tienen que tener una computadora y todos los alumnos pueden tener también un acceso a Wi-Fi. So, por favor, asegúrese de tenerlo antes de que la escuela empiece el 18. Si el niño salió de la escuela y no va a venir otra vez a Utah, entonces me tiene que devolver la computadora y el hotspot. So if your child is an 8th grader and they're going to Mendez is great, but they have their own computers. These computers I bought with my money, so I want my computers back. So please make sure that you bring my computer back, because I will add it to their record. And when they graduate high school, they're going to say, hey, you owed Mr. Angulo a computer at Utah. You can't graduate. So please make sure that you bring back our devices. And if you are not going to want a device because you already have a computer, you have 3 of them, you're just like a tech whiz, you still have to submit a form saying that you're opting out of getting a device, but that you're still going to ensure that your child is online and it's not a reason why they can't log on. So ustedes también tienen que llenar un documento diciendo que usted no ocupa una computadora, que usted tiene una computadora y que esa no va a ser una razón porque el niño no puede venir a la escuela virtualmente. So that you will get this form also via probably email or on Schoology when you sign up. So with the technology, please know that I understand that children are children, there are accidents, but there is also a restitution for stolen, lost, or damaged devices. If it's an accident, I understand, you know, things happen, but you throwing a tantrum and throwing the Chromebook or iPad across the wall, the board, and hitting the wall, that's not an accident. So you are responsible for the device. Usted sí es responsable, usted y su hijo es responsable por la computadora que se le presta. Obviamente si hay un accidente entendemos, pero si a propósito el niño echó un berrinche y estrelló la computadora contra la pared, entonces sí me tienen que pagar la computadora porque eso no es aceptable. Classes online, I posted this already. Here's the QR code, which may happen. If it changes, I'll let you know. But you need to make sure that you have your child's email, the password, and activating it. Todo eso es parte de tener la contraseña y también tener el correo electrónico del niño. Aquí puede ver la página de Schoology. This is the Schoology page. I already showed you. The links will be on Zoom, will be on Schoology. Todo va a estar en Schoology. También reminders will also be on Schoology. So please make sure that you're able, if your child's a middle school student, make sure that they're able to sign on before the first day of school just to make sure that it works. Also, video support is also on YouTube, just like that video that I showed you, that was on YouTube and I just downloaded it from there. So before the first day of school, this is just reminders. Make sure you pick up material. Wednesday and Thursday, I'm not going to give you the books. The books are not all there yet. Los libros de los niños todavía no han llegado todos a la escuela, pero cuando lleguen voy a tener otro día para recogerlos. Ahora, we need to make sure that you have a device, that you have a hotspot. We need to make sure that your internet works. Make sure that you check the Zoom, that it's actually working also on your computer and that your camera works because we want cameras on. Queremos que las cámaras estén prendidas durante la lección porque nos ayuda a tratar de monitorear quién está ahí. Luego también hay más como comunidad virtual escolar por ahí. So we need to make sure that everything works. Making sure that Schoology is also available and it works with passwords. And of course, if you have any questions, please call this number that I've been giving to you since March. Si tiene alguna pregunta, ese es el número que usted puede llamar para asegurarse que puedan tratar de ayudarle en términos de tecnología. Pero antes de llamar ese número, llámeme a mí. Before you call this number, call the school. We can try to help you because eventually they're going to be like, why didn't you call the school? And you're like, okay, I should have called the school. So please call the school first before you call that number. So this is also a guide for students who are learning. Please make sure that you set a space for learning for your child. Asegúrese que usted tiene un lugar donde usted puede, el niño puede aprender. La cama no es un lugar de aprender. La cama es para dormir. So please make sure that you have a space. And I understand, maybe, you know, you live in a 1-bedroom and you have 3 kids, or you live with your mom. There isn't a lot of space. But the bed isn't really the space to learn. The bed is a place to go to bed and rest and relax. So we need to make sure that we set that space from the beginning. We need to make sure we take notes. So make sure that, you know, there isn't lots of distraction. You know that school's going to start at 9, so it's not a surprise. There shouldn't be kids running around in the back, like, ¿qué está pasando? La abuelita yelling, you know, like, we need to make sure that we lessen the distractions. Planning the day and the routine. Making sure we have breaks, asegurarnos que tenemos brequecitos por aquí, por allá. También preguntas, hagan preguntas del maestro o la maestra de mí. Y luego también quizás usted puede también monitorear el trabajo que están haciendo en un how do you say journal? En
Diario.
un diario, thank you. So this is just the same idea, be an advocate for your child. You are your child's advocate. So if you don't speak up for your child and their needs and your needs, then who is going to do it, right? I mean, please email me, call me, talk to me. Please communicate with me as much as you can if you need to, and communicate with your child's teacher because they're also there to support you and your child. We're all trying our best. I know our teachers are working really hard and they're very dedicated. So please make sure that you answer their texts, because some of them, even with me, some people don't even answer my calls. So I'm like, what can I expect, right? So please make sure that you follow through and you follow up with all of us. Ask for help, same thing, stay organized. All of that is on here for you to review. Here are our teacher expectations also, teacher school expectations. We have a daily, weekly schedule, communicate regularly with students, monitor attendance daily. It's going to be monitored daily, and grades will be also. Provide live instruction and monitor student progress. Todos los días los niños tienen que estar a la escuela. Tenemos que comunicar con usted. Tenemos que tener un calendario de eventos y luego del día. Monitorear la asistencia y luego dar instrucción diaria en vivo. Eso no estaba pasando. Last March through June, there was not live instruction every day. Like, I know that already, but now it is, and it's needed, and it's time. So we need to make sure that our students are ready and prepared, and this is going to help them. So they need to be present every day. And so these are the free resources that I was talking to you about. They're there. And then the parent portal, so you can monitor the grades, are there, so it's not a surprise. And so esto es para que usted pueda monitorear las calificaciones y las asignaciones. This is just frequently asked questions for you, preguntas que usted puede usted acceder. Este manual está en español también, que lo puse. These are COVID-19 resources, recursos para el COVID-19. Technical support is on here, and then just your notes are on here. So that was a quick, really quick walkthrough, but I think it has a lot of information, so please go ahead and look through it at your own time. With that said, it's already 7. If there are any questions, I don't know if the other members are able to stay. I can stay and review any of them.
Sure. The first question is, will the grading scale be the same as it has been as when they are in school, or will it be different?
Currently, that's a question that I do not have the answer to. I know that there are working groups with the union and with the district that will determine how that will work. So I don't have a clear answer for that for you, to be honest. But the one question answer I do have is that the teaching needs to be for the grade level that they're in. So the content that's being delivered should be in their current grade level. So if you have a fifth grader that didn't come to school all of fifth grade, we're moving on to sixth grade. This is why I'm saying it's important that they're there every day. If your child is in a class of deaf students and they are receiving work, if they're a fourth grader, they shouldn't be doing first grade work. They should be doing fourth grade work, whatever grade they're in. So please make sure that that is happening.
So another question is, are staff and teachers getting this handbook emailed for their own reference?
So all of it is available on lausd.net. I can definitely make it more available. I haven't been emailing them because they've been on break. So I haven't been really, I don't want to bug them, but I
Right.
will be putting all of that. Guess what? They have to be on Schoology. All of it is going to be in a folder, in a course in Schoology for them to access.
During the Meet the Teacher, will they let us know all the supplies the students need, like books, notebooks, etc.?
Yes, teachers will communicate that with you in terms of anything that they may need. So, si los niños, la pregunta fue que si durante la sesión con los maestros les va a dejar saber qué es lo que ocupan. Para la clase, ellos le van a dejar saber el 19 de septiembre. Y también no pienso que dije en español lo que dije anteriormente, que fue las calificaciones. En este momento las calificaciones todavía no sabemos específicamente cómo vayan a funcionar. Hay un grupo de maestros y de gente de distrito que está tratando de calcular cómo es que se van a hacer los grados este año. I think I did it.
Can you use the same Schoology account email and password used for this last summer school?
Yes. So usted puede usar todavía el correo electrónico y también la contraseña de la escuela de verano.
That is it for our questions.
All right, that was easy. I love these kinds of questions. Anything else?
Mr. Angulo, there was a question about whether the teachers and the staff were going to get this handbook emailed as well.
I can email it to them, but they can also, once I set up the Schoology account, they can access it whenever they want on the Schoology account. But I will be emailing everything. I just didn't want to bombard them with the 10 handbooks that I have already. Any other questions? Remember, you can always call me, email me. I even have the Remind app on my phone that some people even text me. Just don't text me at 1 in the morning because I'm not going to respond. So there are limits, right? So por favor asegúrese de que si me manda un texto, que me lo mande a tiempo y también deme 24 horas para responderle. Just like with teachers, you may be texting them or emailing them, but they have 24 hours to respond also because we all have families. We all have our lives, just like you probably right now, you're like, it's 7 o'clock, chop, chop, Mr. Angulo. We have other things to do. I understand, so do teachers. So thank you. If there are no other questions, I'd just like to thank you very much for being here. Si no hay una otra pregunta, le quiero dar las gracias por estar aquí con nosotros y espero trabajar con usted este año y hacer lo mejor que podamos con sus hijos. So I'm looking forward to working with you and of course to supporting you and your family and ensuring that your child gets the best education they can virtually at the moment. If science changes, then maybe in the spring, we will be back at school. Probably in a hybrid model, but that's just my opinion. That's not fact because I'm not a scientist. Okay?
Yeah.
So if there are no other questions, I want to say thank you to our panelists. Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. Thank you, Ms. Mitchell-Ford.
You're very welcome.
Mr. Salazar for being here. I wish everybody a great evening, and I'll see you on the 18th if you'll join me again. Thank you very much. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That's it.
I think that's it. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, so how do I get a copy of the calendar and the schedule?
All of that, the ones on the handbook, I'll email it to you guys.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Have a good one.
See you soon.